What's going on, fight fans? Brandon Subs here for PunchTheFace.com. Joined as always by the lovely Miss Donna. We had an exciting weekend here in boxing.
We did.
Over in Macau, China, Manny Pacquiao made his return to the ring since his devastating knockout loss to Juan Manuel Marquez. I always get tongue-tied saying his name. He faced Brandon Bam Bam Rios over there in China. Kind of strange leading up to the fight. You know, the week of the fight, you had the altercation with Freddie Roach and Mr. Ariza, the former strength and conditioning coach for Manny Pacquiao. Freddie got kicked, shoes flew.
Oh, that was bad.
Took a little bit away from the fight, and then the fight itself was no fight. It was more action actually outside of the ring than it was inside of the ring.
Exactly.
What'd you think of Brandon's performance there in the fight?
Could have been better. You know, he talked a lot of stuff up, before the fight. I thought he was really going to bring it, and he didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's no punk now. He hung all 12 rounds.
To his credit, yeah, he definitely hung in the fight for all 12 rounds. He kind of got upset when Max Kellerman after the fight, said he was a punching bag.
Punching bag. I ain't nobody's punching bag.
Which is kind of tacky.
Yeah,
it was kind of tacky for someone to say, especially who's not in the ring. So I definitely can understand where Brandon will get a little bit upset about that.
Gotta keep it classy.
He did. Stay in there for 12 rounds. But one thing we saw and what we all thought was going to happen was that if Manny had a stationary opponent in front of him, Manny was going to look good. And Manny looked phenomenal out there Saturday.
He did.
What it is.
He did. He looked really good.
His speed was there. He worked the angles. He outboxed Brandon Rios, which is not hard to do. Not taking anything away from Brandon, but Brandon's more of known as a puncher brawler type of guy than an actual boxer.
Right. Taking all that time off really helped Manny.
It seemed to help Manny. Seemed to help Manny get refocused.
Right.
He did seem to have a lot of energy about him there in the fight. Now the question is, okay, so we think Manny's back. Where in the world does Manny go now?
Oh, God. Well, everybody thinks Floyd. That's never going to happen. I don't want to see him fight Cotto again. Go ahead and say it.
Well, I mean, the fight that's going to make the most sense is going to be the easiest to be made. Is going to be Manny Pacquiao more likely making his return back to the States in Las Vegas, which he said he wanted to come back to and fight. He missed Vegas. It's going to be a fight with him and Timothy Bradley. Let's just call it what it is. Due to the boxing Cold War, you won't see Golden Boy and Bob Arum's Top Rank doing business together. It won't happen.
This is true.
Now, granted,
but
though,
I don't want to see Tim Bradley.
But granted, though, kind of things, maybe the situation may change a little bit to where this may be the best time, if any, Manny may break and say, okay, do the deal. Because this came out, since the fight, he's having a little tax problems. They say he owed back close to like $50 million to the Filipino government, for wages he made from like 2008 to 2010, I think they're saying. So they've frozen his money. He may need money, and fighting Floyd Mayweather would actually do that.
That would really bring in the money.
That would generate huge revenue, and it would maybe be what the one was supposed to be a competitive, fun fight.
Exactly.
Maybe Floyd Manny could do that, but in the meantime, you're probably looking at Tim Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao too. It's going to be an easy fight for Bob Arum to make since they're both under the contract with him. The thing is, it's going to have to be here in the States. I don't see Tim Bradley going over to China to fight.
No.
As much as Manny was loved over there, they were able to do sales over in China. I think it's going to make the most sense to bring that fight back into the States.
It's going to have to be in the States.
Bring that back here into the States, and just kind of see where he can go from there, and if he can continue to build. I will say I don't see him fighting Juan Manuel Marquez, or JML, as I like to call him.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see a fifth fight there. The guy who recently beat Mike Alvarado, Ruslan Provodnikov, who Tim Bradley had fought, I don't see that being a big pay-per-view draw per se. So, I mean, Tim Bradley makes sense.
Whoever he fights next, hopefully that'll be Floyd's next opponent.
Let's hope and see. I mean,
I would love to see Floyd just beat Tim Bradley's head in. I think that would just be... I think Tim would hold a lot back. I really do.
Do you think he would get overwhelmed by the moment?
I think he would. I really think he would. I think he better.
I think Tim, with him actually fighting Manny Pacquiao and being on a big stage like that, I don't think he would get overwhelmed by the moment.
Floyd would beat his ass all over that ring.
But I would say he would probably give Floyd a more competitive fight than what people think he would. I think
you don't think he'd be a punk? You think he'd bring it?
I think he bring it for the simple fact Tim's attitude right now was one of those of, I know you don't like me. I'm okay with you not liking me. I'm going to prove you wrong. And when you fight somebody like that and you find you know have that attitude as a fighter, that makes you dangerous because you throw caution to the wind. He's not supposed to win a fight against Manny Pacquiao. He did, and he really didn't win that fight. But that's neither here nor there.
Shady.
But if he were to get a fight with Floyd, he may take that same attitude, same demeanor into that. As far as a Floyd Manny Pacquiao matchup, I mean it's going to be speed and skill versus speed and skill. So, I mean, Floyd would be the naturally larger man in that fight, which would be the first time in a long time he'd be the naturally larger man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if it happens, but I'm leaning towards it being Bradley Pacquiao we see sometime next spring.
Yeah, because I don't want to see him fight Cotto.
Nah,
my heart
the
would not.
The Cotto fight won't happen for a couple of reasons. One, weight. I don't see Miguel Cotto wanting to move down to 147 again to fight. I don't see Manny Pacquiao moving up to 154 to fight him.
Yeah.
And they're now both trained by Freddie Roach. They seem to be on good terms since their first fight. So, money talks, but at the end of the day, I don't see that happening. I don't see that being something fans are clamoring to see or there would be a big hoopla over.
Right.
So, hey, time will tell on that. But overall, what would be your grade you give Manny Pacquiao on his performance over the weekend?
I'm going to give him an A.
Okay.
I'm going to give Brandon, I'm going to be a little nice. I'll give him a D minus. He didn't land He didn't land a lot of body shots.
He didn't. I mean, that's something he wouldn't have needed to do. He was going to need to try to rush after Manny, try to pin him up against the ropes, land body shots to slow him down. He couldn't do that. And it really seemed that Brandon had no game plan. So
this was a good lesson for him,
Absolutely.
Good lesson.
I agree with you there on the grades. I'm actually going to give Brandon a D, not a D minus. Because again, high school kids, you can pass with a D or a D minus. I know this.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna give Manny a B minus.
Why?
I'm gonna give him a B minus for the simple fact of he had a fighter tailor made to showcase his style. He had a guy who was standing in front of him, who wasn't gonna move much, and he was gonna be able to hit.
Manny stated that Rios was the most toughest fighter that he's had in his career.
The toughest fight is always your last fight. So when fighters say that, I take that with a grain of salt because some when they're really pressed, they may pull a name out of their head. Oh, I fought so and so like my fifth or fourth fight, toughest fight ever. But they always say typically, oh, this guy's my toughest opponent yet to date. That's just kind of the politics, kind of the politically correct way of saying, oh, this guy's tough.
Well, whoever goes in the ring with Manny next, you better know the speed is there.
The speed seems to still be there.
The speed there.
Will still be there. Speaking of place of being there, we're going to be there at Kansas City at Invicta 7.
All right.
On December 7th.
Ameristar.
Ameristar Casino. Definitely, if you're not in the Kansas City area or going to be traveling down, check Esp.6 for all the details in regards to how to order the pay-per-view. I know they're going to be doing some streaming of their prelims on their Facebook page.
That's right.
If you don't have DirecTV, I know right now they're starting a campaign to bully DirecTV into getting this on there because for whatever reason they're not carrying on DirecTV. DirecTV, you suck.
Them girls is bad. They bad.
Those women bring the fight.
They bring it.
Every time I've been out there to see them and cover their fights, they're outstanding athletes and even better people. Some of the sweetest women you wouldn't believe.
Awesome.
30 minutes beforehand, you just saw them pounding each other's faces in. And then, the post-fight presser, they're smiling, they're hugging. They're very kind people. So definitely, InvictaFC.com for all your information in regards to ordering their pay-per-view event here on December the 7th. So that's what we have coming up next.
Right.
Definitely after that, we'll be back for another episode of the podcast because it's going to be Christmas time. And we'll have Christmas gifts to give some of our favorite fighters. And that's going to be a hoot.
Very exciting.
So we're going to do our Christmas shopping here on Black Friday for our fighters and see what we come up with. But in the meantime, it is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I want to say I'm thankful to have Miss Donna here with me on the podcast.
Who have you?
I mean, she's my rock.
I am the Rock.
She is the Rock. As long as she doesn't start smoking rocks, we're good. Shout out to Lamar Odom. Shout out to Lamar.
Whatever.
So with that being said, parting shots. Who do you want to shout out here on the podcast?
Hey, want to say a happy Thanksgiving to Gordy over at the Title Fight.
Salute.
All right. Giandra.
Bad
Culture.
Bad Culture. Salute.
Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael, a.k.a. the Hardcore Nick fan. Bless your heart for that one, man. Hang in there.
Hey, and my little sweetie, Nico.
Nico tweets.
Shout out to Nico. Love you, Nico.
If you don't follow Nico, Nico is Nico tweets. That's his Twitter handle.
Right.
Nico's a hoot, man. That's my guy right there.
Right.
Loyal supporter.
Can't wait to meet you, sweetie.
Since day one of the punchtheface.com.
He's so adorable, ladies. If you don't have a boyfriend, check him out.
Nico, Miss Donna's looking out for you.
That's right.
Shout out also to Aaron over in the UK.
That's right.
Shout out to all of our boxing heads down there in the UK.
Love you, Aaron.
I know I'm probably
everybody that's starting to follow me. If we forgot anybody, please count it to our mind, not to our heart. We love you guys.
Tweet us and we'll make sure we'll give you a shout out the next show for sure. And one more parting note for everybody: if you're up here early Wednesday morning, I think around 7:30 Eastern time is when it's going to start the main event. Shane Mosley versus Anthony Medine down in Australia. It'll be live stream on ESPN3. So if you have the ESPN3 app on your phone,
pull it up while you're getting ready for work.
I know somebody's going to have it online. Shout out to my man Ryan Bivens, a.k.a. Bad Left Hooks.
Hey, Ryan.
He probably will have the hookup on his site, or at least can point you in the right direction for that. So again, that's Wednesday morning around 7:30 Eastern time.
It's tomorrow morning, y'all.
Mosley Thanksgiving
Eve
down in Australia.
Yep.
With that being said, as Miss Donna said, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Please be safe if you're out there on the road.
That's right.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything stupid, because we need you viewers to be back here for the next time we have a show.
That's right, because Miss Donna got stuff to say. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say something.
At the end of the day, you can always Google me. Check out the fresh beard I've had since our last show. Really, until then, everybody stay blessed, stay safe, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Again,
happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Love you.
Brandon Stubbs, punchtheface.com, the lovely Miss Donna.
Miss Donna, hit me up.